Welcome back to Life in Pinstripes. I'm James Yevon.
And I'm TJ Stolzenberg.
This is the comeback episode.
The comeback episode. Last week was a bit
It was a meh. It was a meh
It was
episode.
so meh.
It wasn't our best performance, and
Nah.
I knew you were coming down with the sniffles.
I kind of played golf, and I'm an allergy kid. I'm one of those guys. I have to admit, the last 2-3 years, I've been in denial. I've been taking Zyrtec. I've tried Claritin. I've done the eye drops, but holy bejesus, when I walk out to my car in the morning, there is a yellow film over everything, and I'm realizing that's caking my lungs, and my body's rejecting it.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's not just you. It's affecting everybody. pretty much.
Everybody. And it's such a normal thing. Like, pollen is everywhere, and I feel like Mother Nature is starting to attack back because we as a people and species have been kinda taking her for granted. So I think Mother Nature is making pollen an everyday thing. And speaking of everyday things, I think James had a really cool realization the other day.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are very familiar with the show Seinfeld.
Are ya? Have you heard of it?
Come on, at least someone has definitely heard of the show Seinfeld. You know, Jerry, George, Elaine, Kramer. He falls a lot. He has those wacky entrances.
Hey, you gotta do it like a bag of chips.
Yep. Like one of those. So I was kind of realizing this. Our show is called Life and Pinstripes. It's not your typical sports show where we kind of add a life aspect to try to make it relatable to everybody.
And then we use the platform of a sports show, but we really want to have a full circle conversation about more than just sports, connected to people.
Of course, because we're human beings, we go through some crazy crap in our life.
Yes.
Especially me,
Yes,
apparently.
I do have to say, you've been going through some interesting things, James. What were we talking about right before the air? I think you should...
Whoa! Okay, where does one start besides that?
Where does one start?
I don't know. What would James do? Or what would Jeter do?
What would Jeter do?
I don't know. Well, Jeter would do a lot of things.
What
as
would
we know.
Jesus do?
I don't know. But anyway, to continue, our life is like kind of like a Seinfeld kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get to the point. The point is that, so you know, you're just hanging around with someone. You've been talking to a specific female for maybe about a month or two. You know,
Yes.
things are going well. The first date went incredibly well.
Incredibly well.
Very well.
Yes.
But now you just but you try to set up a second date, and it's like taking a calc exam almost.
So there's schedule things, there's reasons, there's excuses.
There's a lot of things. You know what? I'm just gonna read off of what I wrote down here.
Read it, bud.
Why is it so difficult to make time with another girl who you like? I really like this girl. She's incredibly cute. She's funny, and she's fun to be with.
Hey.
So of course, you know, after the first day, it's like, oh man, I can't wait to see this girl again. You know,
And
you're having such a good time.
have you been kind of relaying those emotions? Have you been kind of showing her and telling her that, hey, this is how I feel about you?
Yeah, I've been pretty much telling her like the way I feel. I'm like, you know what? It's like, I really, really like you. I want to spend as much time with you as possible, and I understand that life gets in the way and you're busy and things like that.
But yeah, I would say this. I asked James this question. You know, I was the nice guy. I fell into the friend zone so many times back in the day, and James is not that style. He's a gentleman, but he kind of relates what he wants. I, on the other hand, back in the day, made a lot of mistakes and let girls do all the deciding when I realized I should have taken the reins and then just done what needed to be done. But James is kind of taking the reins right now, so lead us off. What were you going to say?
All right. Well, before, you see this face?
Yes.
This is the face that has made tons of mistakes in his life. I have to admit,
You're a handsome devil.
I've been through what you have, especially in college. You know, you get to talk to someone, you go out a couple of times, you think everything is going well, and then they lay down a hammer.
Hammer.
And I realize I should have not thrown that paper tube because I have a lot of other things. I will grab it real quick.
I will say I fell in the friend zone way too many times. The problem was when I did not give a crap, the girl in the vicinity would just love me. It's like the stupid game. They want what they can't have. If I had a girlfriend, they'd come after me even harder. It's when I was actually single and redirecting my energy to a girl that I must have done something I was always afraid to do something wrong. And I realized, like, making mistakes, going aggressively when I shouldn't have, that's actually what kind of pulls a girl in, because that develops a narrative. It develops some tundra. It develops oops or haha or something to talk about versus just always being like, how was your day? Let me do everything for you. Let me get the door for you. Let me pay for this dinner. Da 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 da. And then that's not exciting because the girl can get that anywhere.
Literally, a 40-year-old guy can hold the door for him.
Yeah, it's like
or
what's
for her.
I gotta be alpha. I gotta separate myself from the rest of the field and show her why she needs this guy, not just any guy being nice. This guy,
Well, think about how many men are in this planet.
and how many dogs there are as well.
A lot of them.
A lot of dogs out there, a lot of men hunting, but it's the girls that they'll admit to themselves they don't want to go for the nice guy, especially when they're in their 20s. They just kind of want to freak around a little bit.
Do a few things. Anyway, continuing on to my point.
Read it up.
So it's been a month since we've actually got out.
He went on a date. It went great. He's been trying to make plans. Seems like some things are being excused, and he's been patient, but
nothing but patient. But I literally said this: I can make time despite my crazy schedule because I'm also a human being. I have a life. I work. I do this wonderful show, by the way.
Wonderful.
It's a lot of things. A relationship is consisted of seeing one another despite our crazy schedules.
It's a two-way street. And if you really want it, you'll make the time.
Yeah. Like, obviously, I've done nothing but try to make time. Try to make it work for everybody.
And he's a vocal man, and he's an emotional man. He's showing, and it seems like it's been passed along. The ball's on that side of the court now, and it's kind of like, poop or get off the pot, lady.
I think that's our word of the day, by the way. Patient. Poop. Well, poop it could be. Poop. Also, patience. Patience is a virtue. It's also a great song by Guns N' Roses. But anyway, back to the point.
Yes.
What does one do in a situation where you've been trying to take as much time as possible, trying to create a second date? Because I know for me, I'm a very patient guy.
Yes. And probably to a fault. We're probably way too patient.
I used to teach kids with special needs, so I definitely know what
it's in your nature. You're designed to give a dog a bone, give him a break.
But the thing is that how much longer does one wait for this? It's like sometimes my patience is actually kind of wearing thin a little bit.
I learned the hard way that, like you said, the hammer is a long, slow, swinging hammer because until you grab it, and you grab the mallet and you bring it down and basically, not an ultimatum, but you say, hey, what's going on right here, right now? I've been coming for you for a while. I've gotten nothing back. You say you want to do something. You say you hope it kind of works out, but you can't seem to get together with schedules. I'm not going to come at it negatively. James has been nothing but a gentleman describing this to me.
Of course, yeah, because that's the right thing to do, especially in this crazy world of dogs and things like that.
To the lady in question, I wish you could at least get to experience firsthand one more time the awesome, beautiful soul that this man is, and don't let one date, even though it went awesome, make you afraid of what also is possible.
Look at
It doesn't have to be married all of a sudden. It could just be another date.
I'm like a teddy bear in a way. I'm literally one of those guys that you can literally just like snuggle me because I'm like
He's a snuggler. I'm a snuggler. We look like a couple Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses.
Especially with the way we look
Teddy
like
bears.
You know what? Real men wear pink.
Real men wear pink.
All right.
We're badass on the inside and fluffy on the outside.
I love being a badass. It's actually a great word to say, by the way. Badass. There you go. All right, I just got to say one last thing. I am here. Where are you? I've been patient, but sometimes you just have to say enough is enough.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
I'm here. I'm understandable. That's
is.
all I have to say.
He's done it. That's well said, James. I know that's not easy to admit and say. It's just like you're putting yourself out there, and that's very admirable, and that's beautiful, man. So whatever comes of it, I would just say my terrible, awful 0 for 95 advice would be take it moment by moment.
Maybe this will be 1 for 96.
1 for 96.
Which I think would probably be a .0001 percentage, but it's still better than 0.
But my advice would be don't let the ball be in the other court. Start dribbling, take a shot. If it goes in, hey, then you got the momentum. But if it misses, take another shot.
Just keep on going and going and going.
There's other cliches, but dude, you're a handsome devil. Don't let one little birdie ruin your nest. So
I mean, look at me. I try everything. I try every day.
And you can even tell the real him is making fun of the fact that he's kind of trying to come off as, he's awesome. He's humble. He's a good slice of pie. So I will say that leads us off into a couple of other awesome people in our lives.
Yes.
Now, we are not wearing caps per se, but there are 3 entities that we would like to tip the cap to, and in this case, it's bandana headband.
Yes.
Tip of the headbandana.
Tip of the bandana.
Bandana headbandana of the week.
I'll just do that for now.
The reason why we're wearing pink, as the athletes have done for Mother's Day, our first tip of the cap goes to moms everywhere, and especially
Our moms.
our mothers. James, tell us a little something about
Well,
yours.
as you may know, my beautiful mother, who birthed this crazy son of a bitch in 1995. But anyway, the point is that I love you, Mom. You're an incredibly strong human being. You have taught me the ways of life, and I wouldn't be here because of you. Honestly,
Without her, she's, and you are a good soul. So that is a good mom. I would say this to my mother as well. You are a warrior. You're a rock. You've gotten me through more than any crazy movie scene has ever had to experience. The ups, the downs, and the all-arounds. Mom, you've been there. You are a rock that the waves crash on and you never erode. I can rely on you. I love you to death. And I'm doing everything in my power to make you proud, because I know you are, but I know I can give you more. So I love you, and happy Mother's Day.
I love you, Mom.
Love you, Mama. Mama Bear.
If you're hearing this, I just want to express how much I love you, how much I care for you, and I thank you for being who you are and treating me the way I deserve to be treated.
Yes, and thank you, moms everywhere, for dealing with us crazy kids. Whether you have a daughter, whether you have a son, your love is the strongest force on the planet Earth, and it is insanely beautiful. That is our first tip of the cap moment of the week.
Yes,
and
because we have a long list of, actually not really
give
long
us the
list.
next one.
All right, so my second tip of the bandana cap of the moment is actually an avid listener. He actually enjoys our tip of the cap moments of the week. Every time
Right.
So literally every time, or most of the time when I'm at work, he makes a button. He's like, oh yeah, tip of the cap moment of the week. That is gonna belong to my kick-ass manager, Pete.
Pete.
At the place I work at. He's retiring at this week, actually. This is his
Wow.
final week. So I know how much, first of all, I thank you for giving me this job 10 months ago.
Right
You have
on,
been
Pete.
nothing but just an awesome manager and treating me the ways and teaching me how to be the best worker possible. You've been nothing but awesome, and also he calls me a slacker. He knows I don't slack.
Because he knows it gets you. Dude, it seems like all the stories you've told, at least. Pete, A, thanks for listening. B, thanks for being such a dope boss. I'll do a little tip of my cap to my boss as well. Brian, thank you for picking me up when I was down. Thank you for seeing the potential. And I'm going to make you an avid listener, because he doesn't have more patience than a housefly. So I got to hopefully see if he even made it to this point in the show. But Pete, Brian, thank you.
Oh, just tell him that you just listened to at the 13-minute mark.
13 minutes.
13 minutes, we actually do our tip of the caps to our awesome
You know what I'll do?
bosses.
I'll make his daughters listen, and then they'll make him listen. That's the way, that's the way in.
I see what
that's
you
the
did
way
there.
in. Get Smalls and Izzy Soda involved. Let's go. Shout out to them too.
All right.
Let's lead into our third tip of the cap.
Which was mutual for both of us.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, hands down, tip of the head bandana cap goes to Kawhi Leonard. Holy bleeping bounce around the rim and
The quadruple dunk, which made it look like the most suspenseful text.
a fadeaway. A fadeaway.
With two defenders on him, nonetheless.
One of them being Joel Embiid
and Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. See you later, Simmons. Literally fade away, tied 90-90, balls in the air as time expires. It hits front rim, bounces straight up, back rim,
Two.
side rim, goes in after another little rim side. Holy bejeebus. Was that
was
the announcers go bonkers.
Here's the thing. The shot was amazing, but the fact that the announcers' reaction to
man.
that, everyone was like, oh!
You couldn't not be, and I didn't get to see it, but luckily James actually showed it to me, and I'm glad he did, because not only did that shot go in for Kawhi, but the silent assassin, and I'm going to keep trying to make that in.
Because that's what he is.
He's truly a silent assassin.
The dude has been phenomenal ever since he's been with Toronto.
James told me he had 243 points in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
And if
got that right, by the way. There's a lot of words.
And my math calculations is correct. That's about 34.7 points per game.
That is right up there with Michael Jordan. Kawhi is doing it on the court. You know what I'm really hoping? I think he's trying to make a narrative for himself and be like, hey, I don't need nobody but me, but the buck stops here. Ding.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Maybe he makes it past Milwaukee, but if he gets them to the finals on his back alone, then I think it's safe to say dude should be seriously considered one of the best players in the NBA right now. I hope, and I know you hate LeBron, I hope LeBron speaks his language and says, hey, listen, you don't need to be out loud, you don't need to be a spokesman. I'll do all that, I'll take the heat. You just go play basketball. I would love to see Kemba Walker, Kawhi Leonard go play and put on Laker uniforms.
That would be
I would love that.
So, did you hear about the new coach that the Lakers got? Frank Vogel?
3-year deal. Make that money, man. Good for you. But hate to say it, he's probably not going to be there for a whole 2 years.
I don't know.
They're a couple years away from rebuilding. They might be okay next year, but even so, Vogel might have 2 years in that 3 years and somebody else will buy it off. I don't know. He made his money. Good for him. Not the right coach. Just saying.
I already said that.
He's the betweener coach. He's the betweener coach. Good job filling the guy that's not going to matter because the next guy will.
I also said this. I said this. If the Raptors didn't beat the 76ers, if the Raptors didn't beat the 76ers,
first off,
something is completely wrong.
The 76ers, come on.
No one wants to see Joel Embiid versus Giannis. They want to see Kawhi versus Giannis. That is a more exciting series.
Granted, I can't really name other than the guy whose name I can't pronounce on the Raptors.
Pascal Siakam.
There you go. Other than him and the other Gasol.
Mark Gasol. Kyle, you forgot about
Drew
Kyle
Bledsoe,
Lowry.
or Eric Bledsoe. I said Drew Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe's on the Bucks.
Oh, exactly. That's my point. Who the heck is on either of these teams?
You don't know who's on the Bucks? I can name a few players on the Bucks.
Name them.
All right, Giannis. Yeah, Eric Bledsoe, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon. I think that's his name. And Nikola Mirotic. Pau Gasol. I think is on that team. Either Pau or no.
No, Mark. See, exactly.
Right. Exactly. Okay, these are the Bucks. That's what we're talking about.
Because the West stinks. It's. All right, who's going to be up next to get slaughtered by the Warriors?
The Western...
Whether they have KD or not. But the East has actually been a playoff. It's been some Game 7s. It's been exciting. And I love the fact that we don't actually have major market teams in the Eastern Conference.
Look at this 5 through 8 teams that were in the playoffs.
I freaking love it, though. You know what? Your Brooklyn Nets had a say.
I have to say, yeah, they were great until they got their asses handed by the 76ers.
And let's be real, the 76ers were a better team.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind they were the better team.
They're not the team. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, yeah, we get it. But none of y'all together makes Campbell's Chunky soup. You make thin tomato made-at-home terribly soup. You have the right pieces. You don't have the taste.
It just doesn't blend together.
It's like all kind of people after themselves laughing and mocking the game in a weird way. It didn't sit right with me. So the right team won in the Raptors. They're a better basketball team. And they also have the better star. An actual star doing it on the court night in, night out.
Who should be an MVP candidate, by the way. By the way he's been playing in the playoffs and besides the entire season. The Raptors, they're no joke.
No way.
Everyone thought the Raptors in the beginning of the season, everyone's like, oh yeah, the Raptors are great.
I'll admit, I thought the Raptors were going to be the cliche, they might get a 1 seed or a 2 seed because they're awesome in the regular season when nobody cares. But they're actually putting their money where their mouth is.
They're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They actually backed it up right now, but then again, the East is still the East. Like you said, there's not that many juggernauts to get through, so it's all just a battle to see who's going to try to behead the dragon in the Warriors. But
the Night King, pretty much.
The Night King and the Undead who, spoiler alert, no, I'm not going to do it.
No.
I saved you, by the way.
Now's that
who I was about to ruin it for. You out there, that listener who made it 20 minutes in. Thank you, first of all.
I was very close.
Second of all, I didn't ruin anything.
Hey, I was very.
But watch it.
Hey, I was very close to doing a white fade in. By the way, if you spoiled that,
whoa,
it'd be like whoa, just hang in there.
We will digress. I will say this. Kawhi Leonard, tip of the head bandana cap goes to you.
Of course.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
With the rest of the NBA playoffs.
Oh, yeah. So it all goes down to 4 teams.
4 teams.
4 teams. The Final Four, as I call it.
We got the Warriors.
Of course. The Portland Trailblazers.
Which
say, what?
We like that. We like that.
I've been wanting a Warriors and Blazers. I call it the Curry round, by the way.
It is beautiful.
Steph,
brother versus brother.
First time ever in NBA history.
It's kind of funny.
Happened.
Seth, the not so famous brother, supposedly has been shooting better statistically. Let's be honest, that's probably gonna even itself back
also,
out.
you gotta think about his playing time too.
Yeah,
not as much.
Plays for 5
not
minutes,
as much as
takes one
Steph
lap.
Curry.
I get it.
No
But-
disrespect. No disrespect.
No disrespect. But Steph, and I know the Warriors are kind of eating this whole KD's injured thing up. I know they now want to go out there and be like, oh yeah, you think this is going to change anything? We're still going to stomp your ass. Sorry, just saying. Steph Curry, he's going to come hungrier than a hungry hippo, light up the 3 points. You're going to try to defend him. They're going to pass to the other guy. The other guy is going to shoot it. It's going to go in. I mean, you can't. Andre Iguodala is like their other guy.
He's still there.
Like, oh, and I forgot. Who's the shooter they have?
They have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
Oh, yeah, Klay Thompson. Like, KD, they did it without him, and I bet you they kind of want to just get through this, be like, yeah. It also would make it a little bit more interesting, because let's be honest, I love Damian Lillard. I love CJ McCollum. I love the heartbeat.
I respect Damian Lillard. I want nothing but great things for him. The fact that he took that cold-blooded 3
half-court three-pointer.
Just
like, oh yeah, watch this. Boom.
That cold-blooded 3, as I call it, with
that eliminated the OKC Thunder.
Yep. Proved that Damian Lillard is much better than Russell Westbrook.
Also, yes, you're right. I think he is better than Russell Westbrook. He's a better teammate. He stayed in Portland when they lost the likes of
everybody.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Nicholas Batum, Wesley Matthews, and some other guy somewhere.
I think they have Robin Lopez for like a season or two,
but
somewhere
still,
around there. But
everyone
is that he's still there.
And guess what? He stays, he fights, and he's put the team on his back.
They're in the Western Conference Finals.
With a little help from CJ McCollum.
But anyway,
they're in the Western Conference Finals.
They're facing the Warriors.
Hey.
Do they have a good shot against the Warriors?
No.
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
They're probably going to get beat in like 5 or 6 games.
Hopefully they win one.
But they will definitely win at least one.
Maybe one, just to keep it interesting.
Damian
Lillard has to go off every night, though. And if you're the Warriors, just extra focus on Damian, double team him a little bit, and put pressure on the other guys to make them play well. The bench and the 4, 5, and 6, and 7 players on the Portland Trailblazers need to bring it.
I also
they've never brought it before.
I also think of it this way. Think of it as like the viewership, like for the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Who are they going to want to watch represent the West?
Oh, we are hoping the Blazers win.
Oh, of course.
The NBA is hoping the Blazers
win. We are
win.
So unbelievably sick of the Warriors' antics. We understand you're great.
You're a juggernaut. Whoop-de-doo. Everybody else.
We want that juggernaut to be destroyed.
You get it. And it's because until they got KD, they were practically unhateable. They have such a lovey-dovey Steph Curry.
I love Steph Curry. I love Klay Thompson.
You can even hate Draymond because Draymond's a little
Draymond is on the fence.
He's on the fence, but he's still, he backs it up, so you kind of love it. When KD went there, it's like, all right.
That was just a giveaway. You know what it is? It was a soft move.
Soft.
So soft. Incredibly
Dairy
soft.
Queen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like you lose. First of all, the fact that
that's the team they lost to.
They were up 3-1.
Couldn't finish.
When he was OKC, couldn't finish. He's like, oh yeah, I want to win a championship, so I'm just going to join the Golden State Warriors.
I'm just going to skip over the bag, go to the team that's going to win. That was
what a soft move. I'm sorry.
We've all heard, we all know it is soft. But guess what? That's why we need the NBA, and we need the whole country is on Damian Lillard's back.
Everyone is shifting.
Let's go.
Hey, think of it this way. No Golden State versus Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals again. Thank God for that.
Yeah, well, LeBron needed a breather, and he wasn't on Cleveland anyway. So, I will say this. The NBA playoffs might need to give a little bit more love to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I agree.
He has not gotten much love. The buck stops here. Trying it again.
Because he's probably one of the best players in the Eastern Conference, if not the
after his
best.
hiccup in Game 1 against Boston, we're all like, oh my gosh, is he human? And yes, the old man over there in Boston, what's his name there?
Old man.
Center. Old man who stuffed Antetokounmpo twice.
Al Horford?
Al Horford. See, I couldn't remember his name.
I do not.
They made him look a little silly. Antetokounmpo went 7 for 22 and didn't have the best night. And all of a sudden, we're like, what? Then he showed you who he was.
You knew that.
They didn't even come close.
You knew the Bucks were going to absolutely slaughter the Celtics.
You did not know. You did not know they did not. After Game 1, we were all like, oh, here we go. It's Kyrie's time.
What it is? The problem with the Celtics is almost kind of similar to the way what happened to the Lakers. There was a miscommunication.
Chemistry.
There's no chemistry. Kyrie Irving obviously cannot lead a team.
Kyrie, get the F over yourself.
Obviously, he's not coming back to Boston. There's no way in hell.
He's actually the dragon. He's the one that's leaving the village burnt wherever he goes, man. Like, yeah, you were great when you had LeBron James next to you. But guess what? When you got the world put on your back, you had the worst 3-game stretch of shooting in your career, postseason career.
I never thought that would happen, honestly.
And guess what, Kyrie? Your chip stack just got cut into a third, man. You lost a lot of stock. So stop talking, start shooting, and play some team basketball.
It's not the world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, because
basketball's a team game.
Correct. His play did support. He had a lot of assists. It did support that he was a team player.
His handles are still lethal.
His attitude, man. That you brought down the city of Boston. Boston hates you right now.
Think about if he joins the Knicks or the Nets. Boston is gonna hate you even more.
He should just go back with his tail between his legs to the Lakers. But nonetheless, I know a couple of baseball teams that do not have their tail between their legs, and they're fighting. And I'm impressed with one, but I'm more impressed with the other. The Yankees and the absolute comeback. Here they come.
The train is rolling. The crazy train. Ozzy Osbourne, you want to sing the song right now because this
crazy train. We get it. We get it, Boston. We get it, Sweet Caroline. We get it, Dirty Water. Yeah. Alex Cora gave them basically an extra month to come back. A lot of pitchers, including Chris Sale, only pitched 5 innings of preseason ball. You could see that. His fastball didn't have velocity, like James mentioned in the pre-show.
No velocity. The location was absolutely just brutal. He gave up a triple to Mike Tuchman.
Hey,
Mike Tuchman
batting 120. Who would get sent down, rightfully so. Sorry, guy, you're not.
All right, here's the thing. Before we start bashing on Mike Tuchman.
We're not going to bash, because our B-team Yankees, they're a half game out of first. They are...
Who would have thought that?
In the last 25 games, they have the best record in baseball. They're 18-7. Now, here come the Red Sox. In the last 13 games, they are 11-2. So, yes.
Then they're also...
Here they come.
3 games back of the Rays.
I would say 2.5 back of us, but here we go. Here comes the race. We knew... It's still early in the season. What are we, 40-plus games in now? We still have... 3/4 of the season to go here.
Okay, let's
talk about what we've done to this point.
All right, let's talk about our Plan B Yanks, the legend of Gio Urshela, and all those beautiful things. As you can see, I can't stop moving my hands because it's amazing.
Because it keeps rolling on, man.
Anyway, the point is that I was writing notes earlier today.
Notes.
So the month of April, atrocious. We couldn't beat teams above 500.
Egregious.
Got swept in Houston.
Heinous.
Got swept against the Diamondbacks. They turned it around. Took 2 out of 3 from the...
That West Coast road trip is what really started it.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, yeah, I definitely have to agree.
Because I got to stay up and watch every game.
Well, you had to...
It was awesome!
But anyway, yeah.
We played the likes of the Giants, the Diamondbacks...
And the Angels.
Took
3 out of 4 from the Angels.
Correct.
Swept the Giants.
Swept them.
And then the Diamondbacks decided to sweep us.
Diamondbacks swept us?
Yeah, they swept us in 2 games.
Oh, yeah, it was a 2-game series.
But anyway, so then everyone's like, uh-oh. The Plan B Yankees are going to start to fall down.
But guess what?
But then they came right back up.
7-3 road trip continued back at home.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be upset with 7-3 when we have the likes of
DJ LeMahieu.
Exactly. We have these guys, and we expected DJ to produce, but Love Gio Urshela. Love that beautiful
Urshela
surprise.
has been absolutely fantastic.
His bat has been the biggest surprise. Big clutch hits. He has a glove like I've never seen. Putting Andujar in a tough position. Andujar might
on the hot seat, pretty much.
rushed it back because he's now back on the IL, but I don't think anybody's kind of too upset about it. They're kind of like, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Gio will dip off, but guess what? We got plenty of pieces to fill in, as we can see. When we have Tyro Estrada playing second, you got Glaber at short.
That dude's ridiculous.
And by the way, like, where the heck is Didi Gregorius?
By the way, he may be making a rehab assignment in a few weeks. So if you think about it, if he makes his rehab assignment and everything goes with Tulo,
I know.
I know. Anyway, Didi Gregorius, if he can have a successful rehab assignment, he may be back in early July before the All-Star break. But anyway, here's the point. I have to say this. As much as I love Gio Urshela, and I never thought he'd be as fantastic as he is, Gio, can you really do this for an entire season?
Correct. No. I would love to say yes.
I want to say yes. Although he can prove me wrong.
It's what always happens to somebody that wasn't good or had no attention. The notes are going to start stacking up against him. He's good at the outside-inside fastball. He's not good at maybe changeups after the fastball low and away. People will start to chink away at that armor and find a weakness, and his average will start to balance itself back out. But as a true professional, it seems like he's found himself. He's got a breath of wind and a breath of young life in his whole team around him, and he's got a purpose again, man.
He's also got a healthy stride at the plate.
Yes.
The big hits. First of all, my favorite one is that game-time 2-run home run against Seattle.
That's great to see. Clutching a young guy.
Yeah.
Great to see. And we'll say this, with all the rest of the pieces, we are very impressed, very proud to be Yankee fans this year.
Of course.
You know, we're doing it right. I will say I'll care what happens towards the end, but I've loved watching them this year. I love not knowing who the heck's going to be in the lineup. We we are frustrated with all the injuries, but you know what, man? Dude, this has been great.
I also have to say this, too.
I'm so proud of him.
DJ LeMahieu has been absolutely phenomenal. And this is to the people who hated on DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah.
Don't start loving him, all right? I remember...
You put your head between your legs
you
gently like him.
You wanted Manny Machado. Manny Machado is batting .255 right now.
Ugh.
DJ LeMahieu is batting close to 100 points higher than he is.
And he also has more multi-hit games than anybody. So I will say he's really living up to the title of a batting champion, which he got out there in Colorado. He's also a Gold Glover. Holy Moses. He had a great bases-loaded double play the other day against Tampa Bay to keep it 4-3.
See, that was when...
Huge ball deflects off of Ottavino, gets himself, crosses body, double play!
That's when Adam Ottavino couldn't locate the strike zone, even if he had a GPS with it.
And I love Ottavino because he fights, he battles. He does not give in and got a huge strikeout, needed it, and got the double play. Boom.
The reason why he walks so many guys is because his stuff is so filthy.
It is filthy. That slider lights out. Now, I will say this as we near the end of our time. I'll say...
I could keep on talking about this all day.
Here come the Red Sox, and so could I. But here come the Red Sox, and that's it. I'm not going to say much more. We get it.
Oh, I can say so
come.
much more.
Say it.
Okay, fine. How about this? We have an easy stretch. We have, we did have 3 games. Unfortunately, the last 2 games we got.
You said you wanted to say something. Man.
That was what I wanted.
He's like, I got so much more to say.
I also have one more thing to say about Miguel.
What we got?
Oh, wow. I can't even talk right now.
He's freaking out. He's so excited. He's passionate. Okay. You got to love it.
Okay. Miguel Andujar goes back to the IL. He has 24 hours to decide if he either wants to rehab his torn labrum or get surgery. Now, here's the thing. I love Miguel Andujar. I want his bat. But
do you want it for a year or do you want it for 10?
But if a surgery is the way for him to be healthy again, think of it that way.
Take the surgery.
You might have to do it.
Because the way you looked coming back for the 25 at-bats you had, man, every ball you hit looked like a dink.
It was ugly to look at.
And
you know how much I love Miguel.
We love you, man.
I love him more than a lot of people do.
He bought your jersey at Yankee Stadium for crying out loud,
yeah,
man.
For crying out loud. $297, $27.92.
Just saying, hey, My Gleyber Torres is laying it out.
The dude is great. The dude is great. Anyway, because we are proud of our Yankees.
Anywho, yes.
We are proud of our Yankees. We have the Orioles.
Very proud.
We have the Rays. And
if they would stop getting rained out.
Mother Nature is not liking us
like
right
we
now.
said, Mother Nature with pollen, Mother Nature with rain. I'll take pollen so I can watch some baseball, stuffed up or not.
Of course.
Social media.
Social media, yes. Twitter.
Guess what? I'm actually trying it.
Yes.
I posted a little picture of the meal I cooked my mother for Mother's Day. I have a Twitter account. I think it's Stolzenberg TJ.
You could fix that, by the way. We
I'm
can change that.
It's Stolzenberg TJ for now.
Also,
when I figure out what I'm doing, I'll make a handle.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned social media. We also have a brand new logo.
Go logo.
I want to give out to the shout out that did our logo to the wonderful Cheyenne Wheeler, who's also a great friend and a coworker of mine.
Cheyenne.
I want to say thank you, but the logo looks absolutely fantastic.
It does. My beard has never looked that cool in real life, but I thank you, darling. You did a great job.
Yes, I couldn't be more happy
and
and proud of
without even really knowing me at all, or you, like deep down, she captured our essence.
She pretty much took photos from our Facebook and then she just added it on into her own little thing.
Well, I'm still gonna give her the credit for being an artist.
Oh yeah, of course.
But we give you the tip of the cap as well. That's the friggin' awesome.
How about this? Quadruple tip of the
Quadruple tips. That was awesome. I will say this. And what a great comeback episode. Let me say this.
Yeah.
He's throwing stuff and stabbing himself. We got questions. We got some answers.
Yeah.
But guess what? Hey.
Give us our love. Give us some love.
Give us some love.
Because you know you like us.
We had a dude reach out to us on YouTube. He started commenting. He started loving our stuff. That was friggin' sweet.
We want more of that. Because you know you like our two favorite schmucks in the whole wide world.
And guess what? We're trying to pop these episodes out now at 30 to 40 minutes a click. 35.
Because we know
you don't want to hear us babble on.
I know, blah, blah, blah.
We got the topics faster. We kept the pace. We kept the rhythm. And I did love the idea of last week's episode with the Dude Abides, but damn, was this episode good.
This was definitely a great comeback episode. Comeback episode of the year right now.
So far. Episode 1-5, was it?
Yes, 1-5. Thurman Munson. What was that?
Was that his number?
You didn't know that? Thurman Munson's been number 15.
He passed away in a plane crash, man.
In 1979.
He knows things.
Yes,
I don't.
I know a lot of things. But anyway.
That's why he's James Yevon.
Social media. Yes, I am the James Yevon.
And use our social media, please. Because reach out to James. He's really good and really adamant about passionate social media stuff. If not for the show, just do it for him. And that leads me to me.
Do it for him too.
I'm TJ Stolzenberg. I'm terrible at media, but I'm also going to keep rocking and or rolling. Hit us up.
Oh, I was ready to close the clapping right there.
Keep rolling.
Just keep going. And one last clap. See you next week.
Lights out.
There. Yes! Yes! That was the start.
There we go.
That's the way to do it.
That's the rhythm. That's the ride. Get on.